Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. This is going to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. I hope that you're doing well. I am not on TikTok. So if you're seeing this video, I will be saying that throughout the video and moving my sign around because I have scammers. Also, you will see subtitles for the hearing impaired and for people from other countries watching in. So welcome, international family, and happy to the World Cup. I hope all of you are cheering on your team. Let me know in the comments who you're cheering for if you like football or soccer. So I have to say football. So it's soccer. So let me know who your team is. All right. I am running a special right now, Scorpio readings for $35. So make sure I look at the description box for payment information and to reserve your spot. Space is very limited because I'm going up to around July 1st to July the 2nd. So somewhere around there. Okay. So there is a cutoff date. All right. So Scorpios, let's see what's going on with you in your energy. Please take a look at my playlist to help you. I'm here to help you heal. I'm a super empath. And I want to support you in your road of healing and journey. So please do not make any comments, negative comments on me, okay? If you don't agree with it, that's okay. It's just a general. And this general read, if you want something more specific to your situation, you have to have a personal reading, okay? That's the only way to get answers to your specific situation because everyone is different. The energies are different, okay? And all placements are different. Reminding, I am a Scorpio in 5 placements as well. So I'm very strong in supporting my Scorpio family. I am your Scorpio sister here on Angel Guidance Tarot. All right, so Scorpio, the Chariot here. Let's see what this means for you or the mutual energy between you and someone or something that's bothering you, that's holding you back. Okay, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, all right, so let's see. Oh, well, that's good news. You got the Wheel of Fortune here. All right, there could be some kind of energy here, Scorpio, that something was holding you back from getting to your best life. All right, something was getting in the way. So I want you to write down on a piece of paper what that is. What's you've been dreaming about? Yeah, somebody or something, okay, Scorpio, had under this chair, had kept you stuck, kept you drained. What's been going on with you? Okay, the 10 of Pentacles here. What's the 10 of Pentacles? 10 of Pentacles. You know, this King of Wands that gaslighted you or came in with their passion, wanted to love you, pretended they wanted a commitment, but they didn't do that. All right, let's see what else. Under the Wheel of Fortune here. What's the answer for the Wheel of Fortune? All right, there's the Queen of Wands. And you also have this, you know, Scorpio, you too here could have had a very lustful situation. I'm going to say that. It feels very just coming off right there because you didn't get commitment. And this person was holding you back. And when I say that, it's like you got this big future ahead of you, okay? And I'm not just saying this, okay, just to make you feel good. You know, I don't do that. People get mad at me all the time while I'm not more softer. I'm Scorpio, for God's sake. I'm Scorpio. 5 placements, okay, people? So I'm very sometimes rough around the edges when I mean what I say and I say what I mean. So this Wheel of Fortune, this energy that has caused you to be very sad and lonely, and it's almost giving me that feeling that you were caught up in something that was not right for you. You were caught up with someone or something that was bad for you. But I'm going to say someone because the King of Wands is here in person. You got the Queen of Wands. All right. So in this fortune, this Wheel of Fortune is about you, Scorpio. This is about you flipping the page, flipping the chapter, flipping out of this situation. Okay. I know some of you might be still stuck in that cycle, that loop that's going around in your head. You know, why did this person do that? Why did they do this to me? Why did they gaslight me? Why did they manipulate me? Why didn't they just let me go? Why couldn't they just been honest? And why did they just come in to make me unstable? Well, you got a lot of psychopaths out there, okay? You got a lot of narcissists. You got a lot of avoidance out there. Just they want love from you, but they don't know how to. They can't give it back, right? That's just who they are. They want to fuel up with your love, your heart, your energy, your time, your effort. But they, deep down, this is a root problem to their core being of who they are. they just cannot, they don't have the capability of loving. So what they do is mirror you. And it says here, like, they came in with this lustful plan, and maybe they did think you were the one for them, but it doesn't last long. It's short term here. With the King and Queen of Wands, yeah, this is very short term. Could have been dealing with some type of Aries here, or Leo. But anyway, and it's like the moment you started questioning this person, you know, realize you were not, you were onto their scheme, you know. Yeah, so they caused this breakup. They pushed you away, or that you pushed them away. It really doesn't matter, because the heartbreak is here, and you felt like they had somebody else. And this is just what they do. So if you're struggling with this type of energy, or have been in the past, where there's a boss, or somebody that you work with, or somebody that you have dated or married to, whatnot, you have to keep in mind these people have psychological problems. Okay, they come in all normal, and they start gaslighting you for the fact, just to that's what I mean. They have psychological problems. They come in with their ego. They come in with their tricks in the bag, you know, the rabbit tricks, and then they're just doing all that to quickly get what they want. Now, they could have wanted you in the way of, it looks like, very honestly here with intimacy and the lust. It was very lustful with their intentions, okay? And you wanted something more from this person. You wanted this person to be truthful to you. And you held them accountable here, Scorpio, with 8 of Pentacles. And they didn't show some kind of effort toward you. And this is why they pushed you away, because they knew, and they were only coming around for one thing. All right, they wanted a cookie, they wanted a cupcake, they wanted the iron stick, you know what I mean? So the 8 of Pentacles here, they have never been, they're not, that's just who they are. Okay, so I don't want this to reflect back on you. I know it hurt you with the 3 of Swords here. But you have to understand, Scorpio, that with this 9 of Wands, and this was a lost cause from the start. This type of energy was not even going anywhere, even though they played that energy, right? I'm not on TikTok. They played this energy that they could be the perfect boyfriend, or perfect girlfriend, or perfect partner, whatever you want to call it. But this energy was just psychologically in their core being of who they are, that's ingrained down in the side of their brain. They cannot love like you do. Okay, they don't have empathy, my friends, my brothers and sisters out there. They just don't have the empathy to give. They just don't. That's why they go around breaking people's hearts, and they don't even understand it. And so they'll push you away to make you, so they can play innocent. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, let's go into the energy here, the regret. This could be you, Scorpio, but also this could be them. Because once you leave, and then if you watch my video, yeah, you left here. You transformed out of this situation. You said, yeah. So if you look at my video I posted yesterday about they try to replace you, because this person had an ego bigger than the moon. There they are, the third party energy. And this person thought they were going to put you in a third party energy. And they thought that you were not, even if this person lived out of state, lived in a city, or even down the street from you, or another country, it doesn't matter. These people can find a way to cheat, okay? But they do regret you, because you knew too much with the Death card. You found out too much. And you started picking up on the vibrations, your intuition, everything with Scorpionic energy started flashing around you. Your aura started changing, and you figured it out. You figured it out here. 3 of Cups. So they might not be with this third party, but what they didn't do is put you said, I'm not being put in a third party. I'm just not. And you called them out on, you held them accountable. But they have some kind of unfinished business with you. And they feel like, what is the 10 of Wands here for Scorpio? Yeah, they want to return to you because they now respect you. I know it's strange. They didn't respect you when they were in the relationship. And it's kind of crazy here because they wanted to get away with cheating and lying to you. They thought they were going to get away with it. Well, Scorpio is very observant, you know. So if you're cross-watcher watching in, yeah, this was not going to go anywhere. And they thought this person didn't have the, yeah, there's the bottom. This person did not, that's you. You had to get away from this person because you felt the fight or flight mode. Fighting for your own happiness. Okay, Scorpio, this is why you know it's the wrong person. When you have to fight against someone when they're doing you wrong, okay, I'm going to be kind of tough love here. You can pause the video if you want to, or silence me, you know, volume-wise. But they thought they were going to get away with it, and because your intuition and your aura and your scorpionic energy started showing this person that you're figuring this out. You're catching on that they're with somebody else. Doesn't have to be a lover, but they kind of was living a double life behind your back. They were talking trash about you, you know, whatever they want to do. But they did everything they could to get you, and they did everything they could to make you push them away, or to make it feel like it's your fault you pushed them away, but in reality, they pushed you away, if that makes any sense. So this is unfinished business here. And they feel like, where are you going, Scorpio? We're not done, because I didn't say we're done. Whatever the last conversation here you held this person accountable, and you just kind of went silent on this person in your own space, and you're starting this new beginning. But you have so your energy, you walked away, and you lost attraction for this person and love for this person. They know it. Oh, don't underestimate they know you fell out of love with them, or you no longer want to be intimate with them. You no longer want to love them. You just want them out of your energy. Correct? Tell me in the comments, okay? 5 of Pentacles here. You're saying, I gave enough. Enough is enough. And you walked away, started a new beginning. And basically the whole time that they were with you, they were giving you a blockage of something here. Okay? I'm not on TikTok. So give me that thumbs up. Make sure that you give me that thumbs up. If you like a personal reading, it's $35. Limited time only and limited space for sure. So let's see what your outcome's going to be between you and this person. You have the Page of Pentacles. And let's see what's the outcome for Scorpio. Ooh, they want to invest in you. Or this might be your money here. Or they might have a little bit of money and you're going to be rewarded. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. This accountability thing, you know what it is? They want to sweep it under the rug. This person came back in your life, and every time they came back, they said, oh, we don't talk about our past. Nothing got resolved, and they kept pushing it under the rug because they were living a double life, Scorpio, okay? This might be hard to hear, but I love you, and I want you to heal, to know that what you deserve. But they want to keep you connected to this energy. They want to work, but they got the 3 of Swords too. Now, they're feeling the pain because your absence, the transformation of the Scorpio, has left a trail of tears. Okay? Trail of tears here for this person. And they're wishing you would, because you have figured it out. This is like a scam, a romance scammer, or somebody using you, or somebody playing with your heart. And once you found that out, they couldn't play the game anymore. You see? But at that point, they knew you were somebody that was beautiful in spirit. You were a queen. You're a queen of cups. You were nurturing. You're loving. And they can't stand the fact that you just said, I'm not doing this anymore. The game is over. The gig is over. You duped me. I'm moving on here. I'm finding a new direction. And you got, sorry to say, you got the hell out of Dodge, okay? Good for you, Scorpio. You were out of there. You cut this off. But they're waiting. They've seen a strength about you. Something about you has really fundamentally changed deep down inside of you. And you still might be going through those swords energy of feeling that person, or in your energy or heart or mind. Mostly in your mind here. That's the part you're not letting go. Yes, the mental. It's the energy that is feeling like, you know, dang it, I thought this was going to be the love of my life. I thought this person was going to love me. I thought this person was going to be decent. But what that person did, they held you back here, Scorpio. They held you back from your life. But they will be back here. Okay, let me just see your energy and we'll close out the reading. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up. I'm not on TikTok. And thank you everyone who's here with me. If you'd like to donate to my doggy fund, you can go to look in the description box on PayPal or on Venmo at Peach, like the fruit, Peach Girl 8. Thank you for all those people who have helped me with my dog and his medication, and it's a lot. So thank you. That's why I'm here to do personal readings. That's where all my money goes. And if you have animals and dogs, you know how expensive pets are. All right, back to our reading. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. What is your action towards this person, Scorpio, if they want to talk to you? What is going to be your action if this person calls you? I just want to know. I'm sorry, I got to be nosy. I'm observing. King of Wands. You're very, you're standing on your, you're standing firmly on your boundaries here. And you have this, like you don't believe anything this person's going to tell you, but you're like, okay, well, I hear you out, but I don't want to commit to you. The tables have turned here in this way, but I feel like your boundaries and inside your being, your soul being, and your gut, like you're just like, nah, I love myself, I'm happy. And you're looking at something, you're making this person feel what they did to you. And they get justice here, okay? This person has a lot of respect for you now because they know you. Now they know they mess with a Scorpio. Okay, I don't want you to think like, sometimes our brain is, I'm going to say this in the best way I can. Our brain has two sections. You know, we have different departments. Just think about your brain being different departments, okay? One of those departments is hanging on to the past. One of the departments is about the future. One of the departments is about your feelings. One department is about memories. One department is about learning. But when you start to understand the past is holding on to you by the throat, okay? It's holding on to you and it's holding you back from everything you ever wanted to do. You're fighting against your own self in this. So, but when you go to understand, I got to worry about my future. I can't worry about this one person out of 8 billion that didn't want to love me correctly because they're a psychopath or a narcissist or avoidant, whatever they are, I don't care. You know, you cannot fix that person, okay? It's psychologically rooted down into the middle of their brain somewhere that they lack empathy, lack love. If you don't have empathy, you can't love, okay? You went into this relationship thinking this person can love you, and you got tricked. You got manipulated. But we have to bite our tongues and say, okay, you know, about the bullet, however that saying goes, or the loss. Yeah, so let's see what this energy here, what is the justice here for Scorpio? What's the justice card? Some of my other cards got mixed in here. Alright, so let me see. Make sure. Sometimes I shuffle and my other cards, but I don't want those cards to come up. Alright, I don't know. I guess it's the same size here. Gets me all mixed up. So, excuse me for that. Alright, so let me see. Alright, so let's see what the justice is here for Scorpio. There's 7 of Swords. I just saw they are regretting. And part of you, Scorpio, is reflecting. And again, it's coming down to the part of you letting go. Okay, that's what it is. The mental, psychological abuse. Some of you have been mentally and emotionally abused here with the games, because it's back and forth, okay? That person was pulling you back and forth and yanking you this way. I love you, and then next day they're gone. I love you, and then they're back, and they're back and forth with you. And it's called this yo-yo effect in your mind to mix up your head. They play with your mind like a yo-yo. But once it gets straightened out, you'll be fine, Scorpio. So just their justice is here in your energy, what you're going to do. I think that you're going to stand firmly on your love for yourself, understanding life is more than just one person, and that you're understanding the Seven of Swords. Maybe you do have some regrets, maybe they do, but regrets don't get you anywhere. You know, you might reflect on it and think about, I should have never got involved with that person. Don't blame yourself, Scorpio. You didn't know. You just didn't know. But when you start to understand there's your discernment and your feelings and everything is valuable, you have to protect yourself, because so many people out there cannot love you back. And that's what you got to check them on. Are they going to treat me right? But this person has a lot of respect for you, for the fact that you didn't tolerate anything with the King of Wands, okay? All right, you're still passionate. You're getting your life back here. I do feel like it's taking some work here, but you're getting back into this energy of growth. And that, you know, have you ever seen what's on Harry Potter, the old wizard? What's his name? I can't think of his name right off the bat. But anyway, is it Dumbledore? Is that his name? Dumbledore didn't play around. He was a quiet, servant, and he paid attention. He listened to people. Okay? But anyway, that's the energy I feel like you are so leveled up in growth that you're going to grow, you're going to get better, and you're just standing in your energy of who you are. You're just starting to find out what you're made of, Scorpio. You're making it on your own. Okay? You've been through battles that people will never understand. Yeah, you've had some crying nights. You have suffered a lot. But that growth comes after that. And that's when you say, I will never go back to something like that ever again. Thank you for the lesson, but never again. So that's the way I feel. But you're in this growth pattern that I don't feel like you're committing to anyone right now. You do want love. I still think just be careful of protecting that energy, that you want to reserve your love for the right person, not some clown. But this justice is there. And that person is going to regret, they are regretting the day they can't get you back. And you walk around in their head, round and around, queen of everything, Queen of Cups, the Empress, Emperor. I'm not on TikTok. Okay? So that's my reading for you, Scorpio. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Like a personal reading to let you know what happens with your person. Reach out to me at angelguidancetarot@gmail.com. And leave some comments if you can to the people who has had readings. Just give a one sentence comment. Let people know I'm here for legitimate reasons, not here to. Somebody called me a business model. I'm like, what business model? Don't pass judgment on me, okay? You don't even understand. Some of these cross watchers come in and they say things, but let the people know I'm legitimate. I'm not somebody that's going to. I'm here for the best interest of Scorpios, okay? And check your placements. If you're a cross watcher, check your placements. You might have Scorpio in your chart as well. And if it's a moon rising or Venus or sun, check your placements. Take care. Send another light. Bye-bye.